So I'm Tamisha.
I'm David.
I'm Jarvis.
I'm Kaneen Maffa.
My name is Reginald Thomas Brown. I was diagnosed HIV positive in 1986. So here I am, this black queer person living with HIV all this time, and you know it still is a killer stigma.
I was diagnosed with HIV and it was either 1984 or 85. They mentioned it on the news that it was a gay disease, gay cancer.
At that time, people were literally dying. Of course, I wasn't aware of The Walking Dead. I never witnessed people being alive one day and dead the next, but I'd heard things like this.
The only place that was doing HIV testing was the Department of Health. I was number 23, and when they took my blood, they told me to come back in 2 weeks for the results. I came back 2 weeks later. The nurse said, number 23, you're HIV positive. When I first found out I was diagnosed with HIV, I went into shock. I figured I'd be dead on Monday, actually. So when she asked me, was I going to kill myself? I looked at her and I said, no, I have no reason to kill myself. But I lost the will to live.
I do remember thinking at the time, oh my gosh, I won't be able to have sex again. I even internalized it, oh, well, I'm dirty, nobody will want me, this sort of thing. So I had to unlearn a whole lot of stuff, but the point is, it's a process.
I tested positive for HIV October the 8th of 2003. I grew up in the Baptist church. At the time, we didn't know what trans was. We had never heard the word. I proceeded to take 2 tests a year from the time I was 14 all the way up until the time when I was 26 when I tested positive. Even though I knew, I was still devastated. Like, getting the news never prepares you. Even if you already know, it's still a shocker.
At that time, at 19, I felt like I died. I felt like part of me, the woman that I know, the young lady that I knew, she died. There's different stages after contracting HIV. You go through the angry phase, the denial phase, the isolatory phase. I was angry for a point in time, suicidal, 2 failed attempts. I isolated myself from my friends, my family, from the world pretty much until 4 years ago, and I started my own healing journey.
I found out I was HIV positive in January 2019. I was doing a show in Delaware and my stomach was hurting, so I went to the doctor and we did some blood work because we just couldn't figure out if it was an upset stomach. So the doctor came in, he let me know that I was positive, also let me know that it wasn't a death sentence like it used to be, that there's medication available, they would help me. I have insurance. It wasn't a big deal. And I'm thankful that the doctor didn't make it a big deal. We just said what it was, figured out the next steps, and here we are.